what it is? It's your boy, Juan Michelle, back in another video. So, I'm gonna say this. I have been working on this book for the last few, I'd say, since 2019. Either 2019 or 2018, one of them two. I've been working on this book for the last 2 years, and I've never developed any secondary background, if that makes sense. For the ones that are book authors, got tongue tied. For the ones that are book authors, you'll know what that means. But for the ones that aren't, basically secondary background characters are they're basically what you think they are. The secondary background characters. I mean, is this really nothing else you can put into that? I mean, it is a lot that can actually go more into that. I will try to put the real definition somewhere on the screen so y'all can see what it means. But I'm saying all that to say I haven't drawn or even tried to think about what the secondary background characters would look like. So y'all already know what's coming up next. Today's drawing, I'm gonna be drawing Kingston and J-Rock mom. So I'm gonna be drawing each of them. One of them does have a dad, so I'm gonna be drawing Kingston's mom, and then I'm gonna be drawing J-Rock mom. So just some context so y'all can understand what's going on. Let's get into the video. Alright, so this part of the project, I will be trying to stay throughout the video, but like I said, I'm gonna be trying to stay throughout the video to give a few explanations on who this character is and what she's about, for those that might want to see the drawing. That's what she looks like. If y'all can see that, I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, that's what she looks like. She has liver spots, beautiful mole under her eye. She has various wrinkles up under her eyes. You know, the various old people traits and looks and stuff like that. I just want to give her the character traits, and she will be having majority of her hair will be like a brownish color, but they will have like gray split ends and stuff. So I don't know, you know. I mean, hey, we'll see how it comes out. Alright, so what we're gonna do first is start with this color here, which is pretty much a regular Crayola pencil. So if y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can see that on camera, but I'll put the name of it on camera in the video somewhere. Also, just again, another Crayola pencil. That's the color brown. I will be having my color palette listed on the screen. Also, I'll be using this. Again, I'll put the color list on the screen. And all of these colors are just gonna be for her hair. Hold on. That's better. And this is gonna be for like the gray areas for her hair. Again, no disrespect, but let's get into it. Alright, starting with this color first. Starting very light, not going too heavy. The way that, my bad. Nah, but the way that I color, I keep my finger at the back of the pencil. That way, I don't go too hard when I'm coloring. Meaning that the pigment doesn't, it doesn't come out like this. Let me show you. I don't want that to happen. I want this. I want a lighter shade, not a harder one. But when I do start getting into the more darker colors, I will start to color like that. But for now, I'm just going very light. And I'm only going very light on the inside of her hair, not towards the outside. At least not yet. And everybody should know this. Once you do to the side, you have to duplicate and go to the other side. What you do to one side, you have to duplicate to the other side. And I'm only saying this for the people that may be following along with this video. If you're not, then that's totally fine. You don't have to. But for the ones that may be following along, cool. If not, cool. Halfway there. Now, when it comes to the center part, this part, like these three strands in the hair, like specifically these three parts right here, I don't want to color those. I try to do one of these techniques. I make like a V shape between these two areas. And I will show you why we're making a D shape later in the video. Also, you want to make a V shape over here too. Got to mention that. But again, I'll explain why we're making those shapes in later in the video. And again, I'm only using this brown color for the inside of her hair and not for the out. I messed up a little bit right there. It's all good still. Alright. We are gonna move right into the gray area. Alright, so now we're immediately going back to the areas where I told you to make a triangle. The reason I told you to make a triangle is because we're gonna bold these out. Gonna go all the way down. Pressing down, not too hard, but like not too. We're gonna start to hit those in. You can, if you prefer to, you can do it on one side, or you can do it on both. I prefer to do it on both. I prefer to do it on both sides because I think it looks better. But if you want to do it on one side, you can. Just think of these as highlights in the hair. Side done. Let's move on. Put a little bit on this side. I think I'm gonna leave this one-sided because why not? And for this one, we're gonna make a loop. Now the reason we didn't color the brown area, the reason we didn't color all the way through the hair is because I'm gonna try to mix it as best I can with these color pencils. So make a loop, going through there, and color that in very lightly. You always wanna stay on the lighter side when you're coloring. That way it can just look more presentable. If you want to get even more fancy, you can do the outline darker, like so. But as long as the inside is more light, then it should be more presentable. Alright. Okay. Hold on. With this one, we're not gonna go up too far. Alright. Cool. Now, we are going to figure out how to, well, I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna blend these, because these are not, these are regular base color pencils, and they don't really tend to blend very well, but we'll progress. Let me see, let me put this in the camera so y'all can see. What I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to make a shading scale so I can see where so I can see if it'll blend correctly or not. And I mean, pretty much for the majority of it, it's doing alright. But I do start to see more of the pigment showing through when it comes to the darker pencil, the darker shade of brown, which, in my personal opinion, I don't like, but I mean, yeah. It's all good. Not gonna worry about too much. Like I said, keep a light touch when you're coloring. That way it can look more presentable. Hold on. My bad. I had to sharpen my pencil. Alright. Let's get into it. Now, what I like to do is I start on the outside. I don't automatically go towards the inside of the drawing. I like to color on the outside first, and then attack the inside. And something I always want to mention. Something I would always want to mention is for you to always turn your paper. Whenever you're doing drawing, whenever you're thinking of doing a drawing, always turn your paper. No matter what, you always want to turn your paper. That way you can have your hand motion, your steady hand motion and stuff like that. Even when you're inking a drawing, you always want to turn your paper. Turn it. When you're coloring, when you're inking, when you're drawing, especially when you're inking, because you don't want to mess up and have your lines looking all wibbly. So remember, always turn your paper. Alright, so now we're going to start gently coloring it in. Remember, we're trying to get somewhat close to this. Not all the way, but somewhat close to this. But in a lighter tone. And notice how I continue to turn my paper. That way it always look right.